Next up on copycat.com, I'm going to show you how to bake a corned beef just in time for St. Patrick's Day. I know a lot of us like to have corned beef for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to show you how to prepare one in your oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to coat it with Dijon mustard, a little bit of brown sugar, and let that slow bake until it is nice and tender. One of my favorite things to do with corned beef is afterwards, this is the one leftover that I simply love to have. I've often made olivette, which is a Russian potato salad, and I love it with corned beef. You can see a video already on YouTube for that. And also, you can make wonderful leftover corned beef and potato hash, which is also fabulous. It's so much better than the stuff that comes out of the can. So we are going to begin by placing our Dijon mustard and brown sugar in separate containers. Why do we do this? We don't want any form of cross-contamination. You don't want anyone to get sick because you've been mixing up your raw meat and your favorite condiment together. That's never a good idea. So I want to show you a little tip on how to pick out a tender corned beef. This also works well when you buy briskets. So pay attention. You are going to take this and you are going to fold it over. And if it folds over and has a lot of give, you know that one's going to be tender. And if it doesn't get away from you, buy that one. It'll be good. So I am using a 9x13 baking sheet. I've lined it with several sheets of foil. And I'm going to put the fat side down into my pan. So that's where that goes. And I'm going to toss that seasoning packet. We don't need it. We are providing our own seasonings. And that would be the Dijon mustard and the brown sugar. So what are you going to do next? You are going to spread the Dijon mustard over the brisket. If you've ever frosted a cake, you could do it. And if you've never frosted a cake, well, you can do it now after you've done this. So spread this over as evenly as you can. You could dry off the brisket. I like to leave all the flavor in there. If you dried off the brisket, the mustard would be a little bit easier to spread, but I'm not going to do that. So spread it over as evenly as you can. And the next thing you are going to do is sprinkle over the brown sugar. Now, I am using dark brown sugar. I like the way it tastes. I think that brown sugar, since it still has the molasses and other impurities in it, that it gives it a little bit more character and a little bit more flavor. So that's why dark brown sugar is the one that's in my kitchen. Sprinkle this over as evenly as you can. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up tight with the foil, and we're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven. Now, I'm going to bake this one for a couple of hours. Look on the package. It will tell you how long you need to bake your corned beef for the size that it is. Many meat manufacturers or meat companies are very good about letting you know. And if you pull it out and it's still a little tough, put it back in and bake it for a little bit more. All of it will break down and it will become fork tender, I promise. So if it's a little tough, you could bake it for a little bit longer. All right, when you take it out, it's going to look something like this. You can see the mustard and the brown sugar has kind of created a little crust on top. And there we go. So we are going to slice this up, and I'm going to take a bite. You can see it right here. Mustard and brown sugar is perfect. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe so you can see what's cooking next.